Service Bureau.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. Well, you got control of that. Let's call the meeting to order.
Right, not yet. I'm
Not yet?
trying to get, I gotta get I'm waiting for everything to connect.
Okay. Give me the thumbs up, Tracy.
All right, we got one more, and we're good. Recording.
There it is.
Okay, I think you're good.
I can see it. I can see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's call the meeting to order. It is 7:01. Someone would like to make a motion to accept the meetings from last month.
I'll make a motion.
A second.
All right, so we're gonna go with number 2, old business. So pavilion. I believe there's been some requests for use.
Yeah, I just got a new one today too.
Who is that from?
The Democratic Town Committee. They're requesting it for their meeting in July.
Okay. Tracy, how do we?
Hello? Oh.
Is somebody coming in or
Mm-hmm.
Mark?
Is this Rex?
I'm here.
Yes, it is. Who just came
Okay.
in?
Belinda?
Belinda, okay.
Hi, Belinda.
Hi.
All right, what were you asking? I'm sorry.
Where do we stand with the use?
I think if we want everyone to come to the rec to get permission to use it, you would probably want to use like a field use form. Just add, Melinda and I were talking about that, probably add the pavilion to it.
Well, we do have a pavilion use form,
Okay,
kind of a template, but I don't believe it has any language in it that relates to COVID situation stuff. We may have to.
yes. So for the COVID stuff, I was at that Rex and Park meeting I was at. They suggest to use the hold harmless agreement, which is something that we have already put together for the town for people that don't have insurance when they use our properties. So we'll use the hold harmless agreement, and we'll just add a part to it about if anyone catches COVID while they're at an event on town property, that's the town and the rec commission and anyone from the town running the event's not responsible for it.
So basically, that's just a matter of adding some language to the usage form that we already
Yeah.
have in place.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna work on that tomorrow, and then I'll email that to Melinda.
I think I have a copy of it.
So is that only for like individuals or groups that don't have their own insurance?
It should be for people that don't have their own insurance. That's what we use it for anyway. But because of the COVID at the Parks and Recs meeting, they were suggesting that we use that for everyone now because of the clause it has about COVID in it.
Okay,
So they just sign it.
Yeah.
Just the people that are like the organization or the person that's running it.
Yeah, so on the guidelines, we have on our usage form on the guidelines on the back, it looks like there's plenty of room to kind of add a couple more bullet points.
Mhm.
Okay. So you said you probably have something together tomorrow, you said?
Yep.
All right. I mean, I don't see a problem with it as long as there's language that, you know, sign off on.
Yeah.
And that's for other groups going forward too, correct?
Yep, it's the farmers markets using it too for people that don't have insurance there. And probably all the vendors will have to sign it too because of the COVID part.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I would expect so. Now, they all know that they kind of have to check with us previously and make sure all this paperwork is.
for the pavilion.
Yeah, correct.
When they call the town hall and ask, we send them to, I think Melinda.
It goes to the rec email.
Yeah, the rec email. So.
Okay. Well, it's probably worthwhile to, like, if anybody does make a request, like, for example, this Democratic committee, I mean, this is the first I've heard of it. So,
Mhm.
yeah,
No.
they just emailed us today.
Okay,
So,
okay. All right, cool.
So do we want to vote? 'Cause I have someone else that wanted to use it as well. Do we vote on it?
yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, like, we only meet once a month. Say somebody like tomorrow says, hey, can I use it on July 25th? Like,
Well, I
I
think we could probably do just like a balloon vote right now and say as long as the paperwork is in order, you know?
then that's fine.
Yeah,
I
as
mean,
long as it's in
'cause
order and
everyone I've talked to so far has been really good about being compliant with all, the COVID regulations, like as far as, social distancing and all that stuff. So, I mean, that's been at least good.
all right. Well, we do need it. We need a modified use form in order for them to like use it. So,
I
Yeah.
can work on that with Tracy.
all right. So do we put a little vote together approving pending modified use form? We can grant permission to use it. Does that sound appropriate or?
Yeah.
Now, what about scheduling of people that
Hello?
want to use it?
Oh, Courtney's coming in, Tracy.
I just let someone in. I think it was Belinda
You let
again.
me in
Yeah.
Courtney's gonna be
Oh,
coming in too.
because I got disconnected.
I don't see her yet. I'll let her in when I see her.
Yes. So, if I get anything, I usually forward it to Melinda, and Melinda, I think you've been keeping track of the schedule, right?
Yeah, and Tracy and I were discussing, we can put it on the calendar. I just have to go back in I have to go back in there again.
Should we move on or
So we have to
we have
make
to
a
vote? Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
vote on it. Well, we have quorum, so I mean, pending people coming in, we can vote. Make a motion to accept.
Caitlin, put that dog somewhere.
All right, I'm lost right now. What's going on?
So can we
I
just make
think
a
we need a vote.
Yeah, look,
make a motion to like allow usage of the pavilion gazebo fields as long as, people sign the appropriate paperwork?
yeah,
And the
yeah.
date is available, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and the date's available.
Does that mean we can use the pavilion if we sign our own usage form for our next meeting?
Well,
That's a-
I wish that we didn't have to do the video meetings, but we still do until at least September 9th.
Okay,
Oh, really?
that seems a
Yeah.
little contradictory to me.
It does.
The thing, what we're doing, this is one thing though, the library is installing Wi-Fi that's gonna reach the pavilion. So when that's done and there's a good device out there to record and film the meeting, then you can meet there.
So why can't why can't we start meeting given all the phases that have reopened stuff?
Well, because our meetings have to be live streamed still, because not everyone's comfortable meeting in public with other people. So in order for everything to be legal, because someone could say that they weren't able to make it to the meeting to vote or make it to the meeting to do whatever because they're afraid of getting sick, everything
Okay.
still has to be live streamed. But if someone has a good device that picks up sound really well and can record can make the meeting able to hear everyone outside at the pavilion or anywhere, then it can be done.
So Tracy, just not trying to be like argumentative or anything like that, but
Right.
I have a wireless hotspot where we wouldn't need to pick up Wi-Fi from
Yeah, me
I
too.
have-
from
I
the
have one
library.
too.
Right,
And, a recording device is as simple as a recording device, a small tape measure.
right.
You know what I mean?
Well, it has to be able to live stream it onto the town YouTube channel. So you have
all
to
right.
And it has to be, we've tried to do meetings outside before, and depending on how good your device is, if it's windy, all you can hear is like the wind noise on the device. Like we've tried it, and it's just really hard for the video.
Well, we're all not that high maintenance, so we're not really that concerned about it.
No, I was more just curious, like, what's the September 9th date? What's magical about that date?
That's what the governor picked. It's all in his executive orders. So
Okay.
until he gets rid of the executive orders that right now are scheduled till September 9th. They
For
could
like
be
town meetings and stuff.
Yeah, the orders
Okay.
for the meetings.
Got it.
So
Okay,
we have
thank
to
you for
comply
clarifying.
with it. Yeah. I would rather not do it because it's a pain in the butt.
Okay, so that's enough said on that, I guess. So let's make a motion to accept anybody who wants to use it based on schedule, as long as they have the use form filled out, the newly modified use form. I think it's fine. Somebody want to make a motion to accept that?
I'll second.
Okay, yep. I was gonna say, I think the motion was made and then someone just seconded, so.
I just seconded.
Okay, excellent. Sorry, guys, I'm a little tired today. Can we move on? Item number 2, drive-in movie.
I thought Ryan Aubin called me yesterday and wanted to know the size of our screen and a bunch of other info and possibility of us kind of going in with him, splitting a movie in the future. I told him I would find out information and get back to him. I personally think the first movie we do should just be us. And then maybe the second movie, we do something with him.
Who is this?
Ryan Aubin, he's Griswold Rec.
Oh, okay.
I agree, Melinda.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think we should keep it kind of simple at first as a trial run.
And then
Yep.
decide.
You know, we're hoping the screen that we have is gonna work. Number one, you know, we haven't even tried to build it yet. So I think our first item should be, we should set a date. You know,
Yeah.
we really should set a date.
Yeah,
And rain date.
A date and a rain date, correct. So I don't know, does anybody feel like a Friday would be a good initial date, and a Saturday a rain date, or is there a
No, that
week,
sounds good.
you know?
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
We're experiencing some unkind weather right now, and it doesn't look like it's going to change for a little while, but and obviously the holiday is coming up and people are on vacation, you know, the couple of weeks before and after the holiday. I don't know, I don't have my calendar in front of me. I'm trying to switch around here, but how about
Next Friday is the 10th, and then there's the
why don't we say
17th.
why don't we say the 17th? Is
Yep.
everybody okay with that? We've tested our technology, it works.
Yeah.
We need to build the screen.
What is
My only question is, do we all have to be there? I won't be around on the 18th if there's a rain date. I mean, if it ends up getting pushed.
I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think so.
what is the
Yeah.
size of the movie screen? I forgot.
I think it was 11 high by 20 wide. Does that sound right, Mark?
Yeah, I think that's right.
So we have obviously we have the rink white screen, the
Yeah.
white side of it, and that's easy enough to cut and to modify into the size that we want.
Yep.
Mark and I need to talk a little bit more on how we're going to build it, but I think we did already. We just need to do a mock-up, give it a
Yep.
try, see how it holds up, put the screen, put the projection to it, and you know, go for it. You know, I think like a Thursday, maybe, Mark. I don't know what your
Yeah.
work schedule is like, but maybe you and I could get together. I could rally up a couple more troops. Kristen, your husband, he could be part of that. He's pretty smart.
Meh.
Yeah. I
Yep,
could gather a couple people together, put some more hands together.
I'm pretty free, so whenever you want. If you want to stick to a Thursday that works out well, we can do next Thursday, the 9th, if you want.
Okay.
Did we pick out a movie?
I don't know if we did.
I don't think we did.
So we need to do that.
Thought it was gonna be
I
Goose.
sent a list and Courtney asked a question. Tammy sent some she had.
Was it about the Blu-ray situation?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be a Blu-ray. Forgot about that part, but it depends on what kind of movie we want to watch.
And Mark, what was the price of the movie?
What
License?
was what?
What was the price of the movie license?
Oh, geez.
It
Hang on,
depends
I
on
had
the
to-
movie.
I think Goonies was
Like
like
between-
400, 425.
I think it's between 350 and 450.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So we need to pick the movie and get the license.
Yeah. Yeah, license is pretty quick turnaround, but obviously the sooner we pick, the better.
Okay.
So what do you guys think? What do you think? I thought Goonies was a good choice because and who doesn't like Goonies? I mean, come on, really?
The only thing
like-
is the real yes, we want to appeal to the parents, but it's the kids that are going to bring the parents to the movie. So
Yeah.
the real young kids, I just don't know if
That's why you're a rec expert, Mark.
Yeah, but Mark, on the other side of that, you know, we can't really show like Frozen either, because then you have the older kids who are gonna be like, ugh, I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
So we have to find a
Yeah.
happy medium with that. I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah,
And I think by the time it starts, because it's late,
Yeah,
it's more of an older
right.
kid crowd, so.
yeah.
Yeah. And you know,
Um,
that would appeal to junior high and above.
Yeah,
And
So we can-
most parents let their kids watch all that stuff anyway.
I don't.
Your kids are much younger.
No, it was mine that was playing. That's how this all came about.
So we're gonna go with Goonies? Is that what we decided on?
It's a drive-in movie. It's not just a movie. It's the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
Goonies is fine.
Do we
I
have
just,
any other options that people thought of that I forget now? I totally forget. And I don't have my email. Tammy, what were the ones you listed? Do you remember?
I have like Big, Mrs.
Oh.
Doubtfire,
Big was one. I love Big.
The Sandlot.
Oh yes, The Sandlot
The
was the other
Sandlot.
one.
I think the Sandlot's a good one since we're showing
Yeah.
it in a baseball field.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good one too.
yeah, that's true.
Go with Sandlot?
Go with Sandlot.
We could do Sandlot first. There you go.
Yeah.
Then maybe we can do Goonies after.
Yeah.
So Mark, maybe you could find out how much the Sandlot is for licensing.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm looking at, I just pulled up the email. So
What
for
happens if
one
they don't
movie-
have it?
So yes, that's a good point. Basically, so the company Swank carries most of it. They cover like all of Disney motion picture, whatever, but they don't carry like Fox. So then we would have to go to a different company to get a Fox production film. So I'll reach out to see if they have, what did we decide on? Not Goonies,
Sandlot.
Sandlot.
Sandlot, okay. So I'll reach out to them and see if they have it. I'm sure they do, but,
If
and I
not,
did,
I was gonna say, if not, I think like I used a different, was it Criterion or something? For a couple of movies we did.
okay,
I think they were cheaper actually. So if for some reason one of the movies falls into, you know,
Would
I
it
don't
be
know.
helpful to have like a list available from either of these two companies, Mark? So and maybe we could pick and choose outside of this meeting.
yeah, we can do that. Let me see,
yeah, because then we're not like stuck with what we have. We can, I mean, you can go buy a movie for like $5.
Right.
yeah. Let me see. They can provide a list of movies that they have, and then we could work off of that if you wanted to, or we can just pick whatever movie we
Okay.
want and find the right company.
Well, let's start with Sandlots. 'Cause everybody's kind of in agreement with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then if it's not available from one or both of these companies, then we'll, maybe.
We'll do Friday the 13th if it's not available.
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a lot of people showing up for that one. I had nightmares and 10 years old from that one.
Elsa
not
and I
as-
will be there.
It's
Yeah.
not as bad when you watch it later.
So yeah, let's start with Sandlot, and then if it's not available, maybe we'll just communicate amongst ourselves. We've got 2 weeks, so it's not
Yeah.
the end of the world. Movies are readily available.
So we need to advertise, Tammy.
Yep. So I guess once we decide, we're definitely gonna, is the 17th gonna be the show date?
Right, and then 18th.
And then the 18th rain date?
Yep.
Yep.
So we should figure out what time dusk is.
At that
Usually you
point,
can,
at that point, it would probably be around 8:00, 8:15.
you can actually look it up online. You can putting people in position.
Yeah, so sunset on the 17th is 8:18.
8:18. So like a half an hour before,
Yep,
about maybe say 7:45.
Mhm.
yeah.
Or
Yep,
do you wanna
arrive
say
at
before?
7:45.
Yeah, and the show time will be approximately like 8:20.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep. And so I'll reach out to Swink tomorrow. They're probably pretty quick with getting back to me. I'll let you guys know, and then from there on, we can start advertising.
So
Okay,
we
yeah,
should probably allocate some funds for that.
Talk to them. You should ask them what happens if we get rained out on both days.
Well,
then
I
we can always move it.
yeah, they're flexible. Pretty much as soon as you pay for it, you get one use out of it whenever. You just need to communicate the change with them.
Okay.
Yeah, so as soon as you get the go ahead with the licensing and stuff, just let me know and I'll start putting it on social media.
Okay.
Mark, you and I will plan on meeting this coming Thursday, the 9th.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Or would you rather it be Friday? It doesn't matter to me. Either or.
Thursday works well.
Okay. What time you want to meet? Say
5
6?
p.m., 5:15, whatever.
Can we do 6?
Yeah, 6 is fine.
Okay. Cool. All right. Good.
Are we gonna make a motion to put money
Oh, yeah.
aside?
Yep.
Yes, we have to. Well,
What's the max?
I make a
450.
motion
is-
that we spend up to $450 on a movie. Or a license for a movie. That's the most it can go up to?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, just to be on the safe side.
okay, so Belinda made a motion. Anybody want a second?
A second, whoever.
These Zoom meetings suck, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that recorded? Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sure it's been said before. All right, cool. So we're gonna move on to t-shirts. So I have information on t-shirts. I'm lacking, not lacking, but I was lacking 3 people's sizes. I made up some of them. And Belinda, I'm missing your size. They are ordered except for yours.
Oh,
Tracy, that includes you.
are they just regular t-shirts?
They're just regular t-shirts.
Go with an extra large.
Okay.
I don't like tight shirts.
All right. So I already sent the email out. They're $12 each. In order to get them at a discounted price, you're going to get 3 of them. They're orange with the black logo on the back and staff on the front left chest. And the total is $350 for all of them. That includes that includes Mike, Courtney, Belinda, Tammy, Mark, Melinda, Tracy, Kristen, and myself. So that'll be like $36 a piece if you want to pay for them yourself, or if you'd like to, if you want to take it out of the Gate Street. I don't know how you want to approach that. I figured I'd leave it up to you guys.
I'm happy to pay for all three, but I don't want all three. You and I had talked about that. So
Well,
can we
you're
like
getting-
donate
you're
it?
getting three. You're getting three.
No, but didn't you say something like we can just have like a extras for on hand?
Well, yeah, or you could do that. You want to take one, and then we'll put them in a box if you don't want three. But either or, it's like the deal is
Yeah, no, I know. I know
you
that.
either pay like $20 a piece, or you pay $12 or $36 for three.
Right. And then you and I had spoken about maybe we could just have like a stockpile. Like if we have an extra volunteer, they could.
Yeah,
wear
and
it or-
that's fine too. That's fine too. I just don't know how you want. Do you want to pay $36 for one T-shirt, or do you want to pay, or do we want to take it out of Gate Street, or? I didn't know how you want to approach that, but that's coming up quick, so I'm gonna have to.
Hey, maybe we take it out of Gate Street and then we each get one shirt and then we have the extras on hand in case we have new members or other people that assist with other events.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good
I
idea.
like that. I like it.
Yeah.
What was the total again, Mike?
$350. That was my estimate on tax. So it may vary a little bit one way or another, but I'm not concerned about it. It's not a big deal. Keep it on the low side. If everybody wants one, then we'll just put the surplus in a box, and like Tammy said, volunteers, whatever. I mean, there's kids at rec basketball that I've given a shirt to. You know, Dan Musser, James. You know, guys that come down and help a lot. You know, I'd like to throw them a T-shirt once in a while too. That makes them feel good.
So the logo's on the back or on the front chest?
Our logo's on the back.
Oh, it is on the back.
And staff is on the front chest.
Okay.
I don't know. That was kind of how it worked out.
That sounds good.
It's one color. It's orange and a black print. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have
Do we have to
ordered
make a
everybody's.
motion that we take it out of Gate Street?
You just did, Belinda.
Okay, there you go.
All right, I'll second.
Okay, great. Now we're gonna skip over one, kind of table it for the next meeting. We're gonna go to Tricentennial. What information do we have on Tricentennial? I'm sure the coronavirus is kind of like putting a knuckle sandwich in everybody's plans, I would imagine. I'm not sure. It's on.
I got an email from Vicky, and she asked me if we were still doing the fishing derby, and as far as I'm concerned, YSB is still doing the fishing derby. We'll just be socially distanced.
When is that?
Next year.
Yeah.
The fishing derby? I don't know yet. Mark and I are going to talk.
Yeah, but Tricentennial is next year,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Everything could be changed by then.
Yeah, I mean, is it even worth like discussing any plans we may have?
Well, we already did the coins, so we're pretty much good on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would love to be able to do something in addition, but
Well, didn't we talk about I saw an email about a little parade or something like that, but I'm aware of the situation, so it obviously may not happen.
Maybe if we do the gingerbread house next year, we'll do it as make it a theme as historical buildings or whatever from Fallentown.
That's a really good idea. Really good idea. Make a note of that, and I guess maybe we move on from that. And nobody has any other information on Tricentennial? No, we're good. Yoga.
I asked Heather to send me information on numbers that she has for yoga, but she hasn't gotten back to me. So I was just thinking if the numbers are low, maybe we can advertise more, or can we invite people from out of town? Because we haven't been, right? It's only been Voluntown.
No.
Right.
Well,
We-
there are a few people from out of town utilizing it.
Oh,
So she's still doing it weekly? Okay.
I want to say she was getting at least like 10 people or more.
All right, because last time I talked to her, she said she had like 5. So I was just thinking to, up the numbers.
Well, I think Melinda, your concern was like if she's not getting anyone, is it worth it to keep paying her? Right?
Yeah, but if we want to keep paying her, we can advertise more so that we get
Yeah.
more people in there, so it's worth the
Mm,
money.
Okay.
yeah, I thought it was only open to Voluntown residents.
Well,
Until-
we initially did, but then there wasn't as many signups. So then
Got
she, like, people who have asked, we have just allowed them to go in.
Got it. Okay.
So
Yeah, and now that it's online, how do we even prevent people from,
Right. You're
or
not
like
gonna-
out of town people from?
well, I mean, they have to have the code, so
Oh, okay.
that sort of thing, and you can only have 100 people, so that's why we wanted to only open it up to town residents, because
Yeah.
we didn't want it to be like, oh, half of Lisbon and Griswold and
Yeah,
who knows where. They could be from South Carolina,
yeah, yeah. Yep.
so but yeah.
I think it's worth it to keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep paying her. I mean, it's a little income for her and maybe a hard time, and if people are still going regardless, I think it's still worth it.
Right, and we can open it up to more people and advertise more so we get more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe throw a reminder in our website saying, by the way, Voluntown residents, yoga is still happening, based on everything that's going on. You're welcome.
I'll put it in the newsletter next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tammy, you always put something up every Wednesday as a
Right.
reminder.
Yeah, at least every other Wednesday, I typically put something on there.
Okay.
Because I don't get much feedback from it, because they would have to contact me in order to get the
Yeah.
code. And I get like, sometimes I put it on there and I get nobody. I think it's very minimal.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
All right, good. I mean, anybody all set with the old business? Agenda wise? Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
New business, anyone? Anybody have anything?
The only thing I can think of is for the playground inspection course that I signed up for. It's now moved to like an online seminar, and then I had to take the exam. So, or I guess it's a webinar. So the webinar that I registered for, I believe, is July 22nd. It's around there. So basically, once when I complete the webinar, I can then take the exam. So basically, it's possible by the time that we meet again, I'll be certified if I pass. I've been told that's pretty hard,
You better.
but so
Sorry, Mark.
yeah, it's all
no
right.
pressure.
Or
Yeah.
at least by the time that we meet again, I would have completed the webinar and probably will have the exam scheduled. So that's just a quick update in regards to that course.
You're all set with payment and stuff, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
And you did remove the swing. Did you see anything else when you were there?
No, I didn't. Oh, actually, yes. Holy cow! Wait. I didn't see anything, but I did my own inexperienced inspection. So yeah, thank you for reminding me, and I did take a bunch of notes. Hang on, let me pull it up. So actually, the issue with the swing, I didn't even have to remove it. I just someone spent probably half a day trying to. It's like those S hooks. and if you finagle it enough, you can get it to pop out. So, I just popped it back in and then tried to clamp it a little bit more so that it wouldn't happen. But it wasn't really broken by any means. Someone just, took their time trying to pop the rubber swing part out of the S hook. So
They tried to take it home. Is what they did.
it could be. I mean, it's amazing what people waste their time trying to do. So that's all taken care of. The swing is all set. As far as like notes that I put down, none of them are really like urgent, but I noticed that there's like this small piece of plywood. It's like 20 feet to the right of the swing set. It's in the grass. It's probably been there for over a year or two. It's more decomposed more than anything, so it's not really a hazard at this point anymore. It's just a piece of wood in the grass. I guess we can just leave it. It's not like in a plain area or anything. Had we noticed it earlier, we probably should have removed it, but it's more a part of the grass more than anything at this point.
Probably part of whatever was built there previously, and it kind of just reared its ugly head.
It could be. It like you can see that it's wood, but I like when I pried it up, there were roots growing through it, so it's more part of the grass at this point. If we were to remove it, it would then become a bare spot of dirt. So at this point, it's probably best just to leave it. Around the swing set, I estimate that we need probably like 2 yards of mulch, just to replenish the mulch that was there. We can also, I don't know if it's necessary, depending on how often we put mulch. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we haven't added any mulch in at least a year, if not 2, right?
Didn't we just get some not too long ago?
I think
Maybe that was last year.
I think it was last year. We didn't.
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
we put any down this year.
Okay. Yeah, I know we haven't this year. So anyways, basically the only spot that needs mulch is directly under the swings. It just, people naturally using them, they kick out all the mulch from under the swings, and that's like kind of one
Is
of
that
the more-
mulch or sand?
It's mulch.
Oh, they put mulch, that would
Yeah.
be sand. So how far back from the center of the swing, how far back does the mulch go?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I would say about 10 feet. But so the whole swing set area doesn't need mulch. It's just directly under the swings themselves.
But
it's supposed to be
From the
level.
center of from the center of where the playground is, I mean, where the swings are, how far is there debris and stuff behind it?
Is there mulch behind the swings or
No, debris, any debris, any brush or anything like that?
No. So there
Okay.
seems to be enough clearance there.
Yeah, I forget how much, there's like a guideline of how much clearance it has to be.
Yeah, I didn't notice that as an issue. I don't know what that guideline is for clearance, but I didn't notice that as an issue. So
I want to say maybe like 25 feet or something.
okay, yeah, it could be. I mean, when you think about it, this swings the distance that they travel. So again, it's not like urgent, but if we wanted to, abide by the standards, that's something that I know is supposed to happen. Basically, the mulch is supposed to be level under the swings. You're not supposed to have those cavities that naturally happen. Every swing set pretty much has them unless you're on top of it every year. But yeah, so that's just something that we can consider. The whole playground area, like I didn't notice any area that needed mulch in the playground, so it's just the swing set. So I figured that's not too much of an expense if we wanted to, add some mulch to the swing set. And then there's one metal picnic table. I did not make note of where the location is. It might have been the one between the playground and the basketball court. It's starting to rust. It's in okay shape, but it likely will need to be replaced in 2 to 3 years. So that's just something that we want to keep in mind, because we can either replace it with a wood picnic table, which is much more cheaper. But if we wanted to essentially replace it with the same kind of product, like a metal picnic table with that like rubber coating on it, those are pretty expensive. They're, a couple $1,000s, probably upwards of $2,000. So that's just something that we need to start thinking about if we're going to replace it in the 2 or 3 years from now. There's an old what looked to be a sandbox that was near the playground. Again, like it was between the basketball court and the playground. It's completely overgrown. It's not even like a designated sandbox anymore.
That's not a sandbox. That's the kick thing there. The thing that the Boy Scouts put up.
Not the what can I think of? I know what you're thinking of. It's not that. That's just
It's the
yeah.
Gaga ball. Yeah.
Not the Gaga ball pit. The Gaga ball pit is fine. It is overgrown. Like the park guys just need to like mow it or weed whack it. That's fine. But no, so there's like I was walking around that area, and there's just like one patch of grass that is like super sandy, and then you can see like a bunch of 2x4s that are outlining it. So I'm assuming that it was a play box at one, or a sandbox at one point,
or a litter box.
I don't ever remember there being a sandbox.
Oh,
the long jump pit for track used to be down there.
Okay.
Yeah, by Sunny's, or on the other side.
Well, they moved
No,
it
down by the basketball court.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
So that just needs, like, we either need to reestablish it or take out the 2x4s just to make it a little bit safer.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly no one has gotten hurt on these items or issues yet, but again, knowing that we have these things, we can address them, and they're pretty easy to address.
Hey Mark, when you and I are down there on Thursday, maybe we should take a walk down and kind of yank those 2x4s out and go away.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. And then just two more quick things. The basketball court, that actually looks great. When that was like a bigger project, I know, before me. But you guys, when was the last time that we had that resurfaced?
It hasn't been. I think that's the original surface, I believe.
From how long ago?
7-8 years.
Okay, so that's really good, because it looked like it was is it an asphalt surface?
It's pavement, and it's got a coating, surface coating on the top.
Yep. Okay, so that's good, because there's very minimal cracking, and like basically if it was installed incorrectly, I don't want to jinx it, but normally you can see cracking as soon as like 5 years, and like when it starts cracking, that's when it becomes a bigger issue, because if you don't want it to get worse, you have to essentially treat it every year with like filler. And then that's when you start dumping $1,000 or $2,000 every single year to get the cracks like filled and then repainted. So the fact that there's really no cracking at this point is really good, especially since it's like 7 years old. Not to go on a tangent, but basically another option, which is not a feasible option for us at this point, but oftentimes playing surfaces, so basketball courts, tennis courts, all of those playing surfaces, you can either build them with like with pavement or with pressure treated concrete, sorry, not pressure treated, post tension concrete, and usually pavement surfaces have like a life cycle of like 20 years max. The post tension concrete has a lifespan of like 100 years, because basically the concrete has like the rebar, and it has like steel cables running through it, so they just never move. So basically we're in really good shape with the basketball court. So good job on that, guys. Did we ever figure out the lighting for the basketball court?
Yes, actually, we kind of did. Mark Pelletier miraculously found the information on the lights,
Okay.
and I have that information actually in my possession. So we probably should. A couple of the electricians that I had contacted for it, one of them is no longer in business, and the other one was insanely expensive. So we probably should revisit that.
Yeah.
You know, I do have the information now. He emailed it to me recently, so he's like, "Hey, I found this." He took a picture of it and sent it to me. So I have the information on the light fixtures themselves now. So we can put that into record, and if we want to use it for the future, we can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we should revisit that. For sure.
Okay.
For
Awesome.
sure. I mean, it's probably a really good time to do it now because it's summertime and people aren't really supposed to be using the basketball court unless they're alone, which I know they are. But at the same time, we don't have a budget, so
Yep.
well, you know, we're kind of hamstrung in that respect.
Yeah. Yep. We can address it later in August or September, maybe when there's less restrictions on everything.
Okay.
And then just one other quick thing, or two other quick things. The wood picnic table at the basketball courts, that does need to be replaced.
Are there any Zelinskis left to get their Eagle Scout?
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So whenever
he's young. There's one. Yeah, he's a young one. I don't know if he's ready yet.
Whenever there's a new Eagle Scout looking for a project, the wood picnic table at the basketball court definitely needs to be replaced.
That's the one by the road, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that as well.
And then my last comment, just in general, again, thinking towards the future, overall, the playground is in good shape. I didn't notice anything. I went around and, again, I'm not an expert. I don't have my certification yet, but I didn't see any sharp edges. I didn't see anything missing. I didn't see
hardware looked good.
Yeah. Although I went around, kind of, gave everything a quick, shake, and made sure nothing was loose or, any bolts were missing. I didn't notice any of that. So in my unprofessional opinion, the playground looked good. However,
by the end of the month, you'll have a professional opinion.
Yeah. However, just how old is that playground?
How old is what?
The playground.
Playground.
It's like 12
Hold on.
years old, maybe.
Okay.
My kids were playing on it, so that's a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
My kids.
I'm trying to think, because I was the one who went to the town hall and got it approved. It was a long time ago.
Okay. Okay. So again, playgrounds usually have like a 20-year life cycle. Obviously, that's just a rule of thumb. There's playgrounds that are like 50 years old, but it's just something that, again, if we're going to plan on replacing it, more times than not, this is a capital project.
Mhm.
So, but if we wanted to be proactive, maybe we can consider, starting a fundraising campaign. That's not something that we have to do in the near future, but maybe that's something that we start talking about 3 to 5 years from now or something like that. Just because replacing a playground, even of that size, which is small to medium, in my opinion, can be upwards of $100,000.
So this would be something good to add to the capital projects, probably this year when we're doing the budgeting stuff.
Okay.
Put it on there, so we can start putting money away for it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. Like I said, it doesn't need to be replaced at this time, but
Right. But
what
we can start
happens?
saving money.
Yeah, exactly. What happens is people or, departments, towns don't plan on it.
Mhm.
And then, a piece breaks off or a playground inspector comes along and says, oh, well, this is like outdated. And, then you're kind of caught and don't have any money. So just something
That's
to
good.
consider.
You're doing that work.
But that's it. That's
Good.
my.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you.
That's really great, Mark. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Really great.
Are you good?
Okay, so I'll call that general discussion, okay?
Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything for our general discussion?
I'll just add that I think since the last meeting, I think it was since the last meeting, I got the notice from Uncas Health to open up all the playground areas. So we took all the signs down and the caution tape down, and we're just letting people know that they're not being cleaned. So people use them knowing that they're not being cleaned and to wash their hands and use sanitizer and stuff when they're done. So
Okay.
we're
Anything
trying
else?
to find permanent type signs to put up out there. It's hard, everything's back ordered, and we're gonna make some copies and stick them in plastic sleeves and put them out there, but they're not very weather worthy. So
Yeah.
Oh,
No, you can't even laminate them. They'll just
nah,
kind of fall apart. Yeah.
we and our laminator at the town hall only is like does business cards. So
Oh, jeez.
we don't even have a big enough laminator.
Even when you're trying to protect people, it's difficult, right?
I know.
Anyone else? General discussion? Anybody have anything? No? Okay. I guess we're going to adjourn now. It's 7:54, Melinda.
Are we gonna stay on?
Yeah, that was my next thing. I'd like to stay on, Tracy, after
Okay.
we're done recording, if that's okay with
Yep.
everyone.
Yeah.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So just let us know when we're off recording, and we're gonna talk a little bit more, guys, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Okay. Thanks everyone for your time. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so we're good with the recording.
No, hold on.
Okay.